Thanks for stopping by, guys, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. Now today we're going to be looking at another creation. Wow, I've been playing a lot of Scrap Mechanic recently. But with the Spud Gun update, I've had a lot of ideas. A lot of good ones, actually. I've actually enjoyed a lot of the creations I built lately, and this is another one. This is another creation focused around the Spud Gun update. Without any further ado, it's a big box! Yeah, it's a really big box. That's not all. Luckily, that's not all. It's just a big box. That's all I had to show you. Open the door. This is a mini game. So, I guess you could say this is a proof of concept more than anything, but it does work. So, it is on the Steam Workshop if you do want to play it. And I'm going to quickly talk through it. Towards the end of the video, we're going to rip it apart and look at some of the logic, some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. So, basically, how this game works is you hit the green button, which starts the game. Red button is a force reset, which I'm just going to press just in case. Green button starts the game. You get into your ship. A and D moves you left and right. 1 shoots your weapons. And this, the boss that's before you, will shoot at you. You have to dodge his attacks, wait for an opening, and then shoot him. For this design, it's all a loop. Everything's programmed in. There's no randomness to it. So you can pretty much just memorize his routine and follow it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the green button. Get in. And he starts right away. With a right and a left. And the center. So the flashing light is to kind of telegraph his attack. And then at some point his weak point opens and you have to shoot him. And as you can see, the light up there in the top just signified that we moved on to the next stage. So we're out of phase 1, we're in phase 2. His routine changes in each phase. Let's get over here. Get out of the way, get out of the way. So now we're in phase 3, this last phase. And before we actually just finish this phase, I'm going to let him hit us. So if he hits us, we lose a heart. And that glitched out and it broke the game. I don't know how that happened. That's the first time I've actually had that happen. So, sorry about that. Start this again. And we're just going to let him hit us. He didn't actually hit us there, surprisingly. There we go. Sometimes the shots will be a glancing blow, so they don't actually hit the buttons that register hits. There we go, we're in phase 2. Should be this one fires first. And if all 3 of them get hit, it will reset the game automatically. So there's no like special thing for ending the game. I didn't really program in an ending to it. The game just shuts off and you have to reset it. That's all it does. There's no like actual ending. I could have probably hooked up the ending of the game to the reset button so you didn't have to hit it yourself, but I forgot to do that. Anyway. Let's go ahead and rip this open and get into the back. There's a lot of logic back here. Yay. So to kind of explain what's going on here, this side of the back is pretty much for your player character. This is all unused to my knowledge. I don't know why it's still here. This is your lives counter. This is your A&D converter. And that's pretty much all there is. The machine gun itself is hooked up on the ship itself. So there's nothing really special about the ship. It's mostly the boss that does all the fun stuff when it comes to logic. So if we hit this, it starts the game. And this is his routine. So that's his right. And his left. Center. And then his weak point gets shown. And we're already at 3 health, or we're at our last bit of health. I think we're at 1. And that was our last bit of health, which just reset the game. So when we actually come through this, this is his routine. This tells him what he's going to do in a loop. And then after he does that, if the goal is met, so you shoot his weak point, triggers this logic here, which sends it on to the next section, which is a new routine. And this routine is right center, right weak point, left center, left weak point. And if both of these are shot, each weak point shot independently. It'll continue on to the third one, which is it shoots the outside guns, then the inside gun, then the right weak point appears, shoots the outside guns, then the inside gun, and then the left weak point appears. You have to shoot each weak point independently again. And all of this logic here on the wall is to deal with timers and machine gun stuff. And basically it's to communicate between this little decoy, I guess I'd call him, the actual physical representation, connect it to the logic representation of the boss. So things like the blue here actually opens up the weak point. The red is the response when the weak point gets shot. These, I don't know what repeaters, I guess? I don't know what the fuck those are called. I don't know the technical term. I just use them a lot. But these repeaters are pretty much used for the machine guns. These repeaters up here telegraph the machine gun, so it's actually the white light you see before the gun fires. And what else is there? Oh, these down here are actually flashing the lights when the weak points appear. So the weak points appear and the lights start flashing until you can hit them. And I'm trying to think. There was something else I was just about to talk about. I can't remember what it is. Oh, I remember. So as you go through these routines, the routines get harder. So if you come down here, I think these are all the same. This one, the weak point appears for 3 seconds. Whereas this one, the weak point only appears for 2 seconds. And I think the one up top, I can actually get to the one up top. I should be able to look at its logic from here. Only appears for 2 seconds. And just a few things like that, a few odds and ends, a slight bit of timing. Like the guns, what was it? The delay down here is you have 0.75 seconds to react to the guns. So it's in between the time that it telegraphs the attack and in between the time it actually shoots. This one you only have 0.65 seconds. I think this one up here you only have like 0.5 seconds. So you have less time to react at each stage. So each stage progressively gets harder. Sum it up as that. So I guess that is the whole walkthrough of this whole thing. I think I can play it one more time. Let's get this moved towards the center because I don't want it right at the right hand side. Go ahead and cover this hole up just in case, and that way it looks nice. There we go. Do a full reset just in case. Start, get in the seat. And so this, like I said before, this is in the workshop. You do want to play with it. I kind of want to make more of these. I like these little mini games. They're pretty fun. And considering I already have some of the logic back there already pre-made and just in chips so that I can easily copy paste it, I kind of want to make more of these. If you guys want to see more of these, get them more complex, get them where the boss actually moves instead of being a static bullet sponge essentially. There we go. Now we're on stage 3. Should be outside, inside. And if I make another one of these, I'm putting randomness in it. I'm not just making it where it's going to be the same routine over and over. Outside, get in center. Okay, you didn't hit me. Okay, you didn't hit me. I still got all 3 lives. And we beat the game, and it doesn't reset my life count, which I guess really doesn't matter. Go ahead and do a full reset just in case. And I guess one thing I didn't actually show is I showed all the logic back there, but I didn't show this down here. So this is actually how your cart moves. So even though you're, where is it? Come on, put me in the seat. There we go. Even though you're stuck on a track, you can see the track down there below. This is just controlled by 2 engines with a left-right A and D converter attached to them, kind of like I would for a turret. And these are free-flowing bearings, and because this is in a track, it can only move left and right, which is what it does. It makes it really easy to do side-to-side motion like this. So yeah, there is that. That's the only thing I don't think I did show. Once again, just take a glorious look at the spiderweb of logic. And yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. Like I said before, this is on the Steam Workshop if you want to play it for yourself. And if you want to see more, please let me know as well. I do kind of want to make more of these. I rather enjoyed building this. I did do this on a stream, so if you were there, you've probably seen a lot of this already. But if you weren't, I'm trying to get back into streaming. I'm trying to get my streaming set up back and ready to go because with some of the recent changes I've made on the channel, I wasn't able to lately. So if you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like. Any suggestions, leave in the comments down below. Enjoy the channel, enjoy what I'm doing, please subscribe. It helps a lot, and right now shares help the channel the most. So if you do want to help the channel, please share this episode with a friend. Thanks for stopping by, thanks for subscribing, and until next time, peace.